Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie. Welcome to my channel. This is a place for smart solutions for moms and dads. I hope you enjoy and subscribe. Thanks. Hi guys, so today I wanted to show you how to make little cinch bags out of t-shirts, pajamas. I'm actually going to use these for gift bags. My daughter got invited to a couple birthday parties, and so I thought it would be something unique and special for the birthday recipient. The inspiration for the cinch bag came from Dana at Made Every Day, and I'll make sure I put a link below for that. Alright, let's get started. Here are my daughter's pajamas that I'm going to use. There's a cool Disney princess graphic on the front, and then the cool print on the pants that we're going to use as straps. So I'm just going to cut the bottom seam off, and then what I want to do is get as much of this fabric as I can, so I'm just going to try and cut those sleeves off and give myself a straight line to work with, and then chop off that neckline. The leggings are going to be cut into 1-inch strips, and I even took the waistband of the leggings and tied a little bow on it so I could make a cute headband for my daughter. She loves it. Alright, time to thread the machine, do a little bit of sewing. I've got my pink bobbin, my pink thread. I will tell you that I'm new to sewing, so I've only been doing this for a few months, but I think once I got over that hump of figuring out how to thread my machine and thread my bobbins, I feel like it's been all pretty easy from there, I guess. So that's the hardest part. There's the walking foot, which I just love for knits. Super cool. And then I need to put in my ballpoint needle again because we're working with knits. So I'm just using the screwdriver to loosen it up, and then hand tighten everything, and then tighten it up with a screwdriver again. This was a Singer walking foot, and I have a Brother machine, but it's fairly standard attachment, so it works well when you just take the whole foot piece off. So we're just going to stitch a straight line across the bottom, just using a simple straight stitch. Typical seam allowance, 3/8 of an inch is fine. Would help if I actually threaded my machine first, just those little things. But I do love my auto threader, it's the coolest thing ever. Alright, so no real need to pin or clip this since it was already just a straight line and we already have the sides stitched for us. It's just simply taking care of the bottom. Also going to go ahead and box in the bottom by taking in those corners. And I'll show you in another video how to do that. But for the purposes here, just taking it in on the corners, making it boxed, cleaning up all the threads so it's nice and neat. There we go. So we've got our boxed bottom now. You can do this with just fabric glue or hot glue gun as well, since it's not going to get washed a lot. You're just probably going to have a harder time doing things like the boxed bottom unless you're sewing. So to make this cinch sack, we need to stitch up the top corners to close off the whole bag, but leaving a little 1-inch hole so that the drawstring can go through that later. So we're going to stitch down about 1 inch, leave 1 inch for the drawstring, and then stitch the rest of the way down. Just using a few wonder clips here to keep it even and straight so it doesn't wiggle around on me too much. I've got a fabric marker, some sort of disappearing ink. I'm just going to mark down 1 inch, mark down another inch, depending on the size of your bag. It might be a little different, but 1 inch and 1 inch usually does the job. We can just do this with one stitch down. We'll set it for straight stitch. You got back stitch, forward stitch, back stitch again. Then move it along past that inch so you have your hole. Then you're going to back stitch again, forward stitch the rest of the way, and then back stitch. Clean up all those little threads so it looks nice. Looks handmade, not homemade. Alright, so then when you turn it, you see you've got just that little hole, which is all we need. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So what I like for this next part of sewing is to use some Wonder Tape. This just allows me to be able to quickly stitch this and not worry about having to iron it and press in a seam first or a hem first. And also I don't have to worry about clips and pins and things like that. So it just lets me get more precise, a little bit easier. I'm going to use my paper scissors for my Wonder Tape because we like to keep our sewing scissors nice and sharp, right? Okay, so the big part of this is to make sure that the fabric goes over enough to cover those holes so that we have a nice channel for the drawstring. But I'm also trying to make this as slim as possible because I want as much of that design on the outside of the bag as I can. Again, just sticking a couple pieces of Wonder Tape here so it stays in place while I take it on the machine. I make these custom tags here out of a stamp that was made for me and some fabric paint that I can heat set and a wide ribbon. And I just really enjoy putting those on my projects so people know that it was from me and you know that I did it because I care. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that gets stitched in when I'm stitching around the top here. So this is another just straight stitch as close to the edge as possible so that you have as much room in that channel. And the whole time just really making sure that those holes are covered. And the part with the sleeve is a little tricky obviously because it's a little bit more fabric than the rest of it. But front stitch, back stitch, we're good. Oh, no, we're not good. Thanks, Bobbin. All right, let me get that fixed and then we'll be good. And now we get to the fun part. I need to figure out exactly how long I want these straps to be. I think I may need to connect them here because it needs to be able to go all the way around and back, right? And so I'm gonna make these longer straps. I think that'll be cute because she could wear it later as like a little, you know, purse or anything. So, because this is going for a little girl. So I'm just gonna stitch a couple of these 1-inch strips together so that I can get a longer one. Nothing too fancy here. Just trying to really reduce that seam allowance as much as I can. So after I've stitched it, I'm gonna go back actually and trim a little off. That way when it's running through the channel we created in the bag, it's not gonna snag up as much. Now I did go back and forth quite a few times just to really make it strong because I know that these are gonna get pulled on a lot. Okay, so using my fancy little bodkin, you can use a safety pin. I like how slender and smooth the bodkin is. It's like one of my favorite things. I love my gadgets if you haven't noticed by now. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna push it through one hole and then go all the way around past the other hole and then pull it out. So there we go. We've got one strap coming out one side. Now we're gonna take it and we're gonna put the strap in through the other hole, the one that got passed, that doesn't have anything coming out of it yet. And we're going to take this strap all the way around, past the hole where the other straps are coming out, and then back to the hole where it started. And so now we should have what basically looks like 2 straps hanging out one side and 2 straps hanging out the other side. And just work that around so that you have the same length on each side. So this bag is really coming together. Yay! What I'm going to do here too, just to help simplify it, is I think I'm just going to tie the ends together, and that way they don't ever have to worry about the strap sliding back in or anything crazy like that. Again, this is just going to be for a little girl, and so I want it to be, you know, as simple and easy as possible so that she can just have fun with it. So I've got my little knots on each side, nice and tight. And now we've got a bag. There it is. Cinched up. And I love that it has a cool design already on it, so it's good to go. Adorable. Okay, so we've made our bags. This one is from our pajama top with the straps from the pajama pants. Disney Princess. Some of the presents are a little too big for the bags, so we also have to include some wrapping paper here. So let's figure this out. The little princess who is getting this bag is going to be getting beautiful bell accessories. Now, one of the things I like about the Disney store is that they make it really easy for you to remove the price without removing the whole price tag. So returns can be super easy, exchanges, things like that. So make sure I get those prices off. Wrapped in here is her royal scepter or wand for Belle. And then we have the beautiful gold Belle shirt. So cute. I ordered these all from the Disney store during their Cinco de Mayo sale. Super awesome sale. Always look for sales at Disney store. They're having them all the time. You can sign up to be on their mailing list. Never a reason to pay full price. Unless you're like dying to have the latest greatest thing, maybe. But still. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the tiara up in the t-shirt like that. And then I still want this to feel like a birthday present, not just some stuff in a bag. So Disney will ship all of your stuff with this cool Disney tissue paper. Now it's starting to feel more like a present. And then the Royal Scepter, went ahead and wrap that because it was going to stick out. We don't want to give anything away. Still want our birthday presents to be a surprise. There we go. One present. And what we'll do is we'll add a tag that I will show you in another video. In the next video, I will show you the other bag I made using paint and the Cricut maker to make stencils for the paint, and then the gift tags, again with the Cricut maker, and we'll put the rest of it together. So I hope you enjoyed and got some inspiration, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.